Welcome back to episode number 4 of Daz and Maz Unfiltered. It is the podcast where we speak and you guys listen, which you have been doing really well for the last 3 episodes. It's been a long road to getting this podcast up and going. And I think that we have done really well in the first few episodes, like especially the first episode, because we had our first email this week from somebody who joined our live. Which was a bit overwhelming because we haven't had any emails yet. Obviously, we plug it and we say, send us emails and whatever with your questions, but we haven't had a single one yet until last night when somebody jumped into our TikTok live and said that they sent an email and it really related to them from our first episode. And I haven't actually read the email yet. Marie has. Obviously, she's had the email, so she's read it all, and she was meant to read it to me this morning, but we're so late filming the podcast. I mean, it is Friday midday now, so we're sort of slacking big time. We've been so busy, we just haven't been able to film it. But can you sort of fill me in on what was said in that email so that I am up to date with what it was, because we haven't actually managed to talk about it yet. But by the sounds of it, it was a really lovely email. It was really nice to have an email.
Yeah, so basically it referred to episode 1 about the miscarriage, and it was an email of somebody explaining how in their relationship they lost 6 babies, had 6 miscarriages.
Wow.
And just in October this year, they eventually had their rainbow baby, which was amazing to read and, to hear people have had happy endings after such traumatic times is really lovely.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I was so overwhelmed when he actually said that he'd sent an email, taken the time to email over their story, which is incredible. And you have a strange name on TikTok. It's like 6 letters, but I can't remember your name, so I feel really bad. But you are awesome. Thank you so much for watching the pod. Thank you so much for contributing with your email. It means a lot to us, and if you want to send emails over, please do. But obviously I'm going to plug that at the end like I always do. We have a bit of a specialised subject today because we were meant to have a guest on this week, but the guest said they let us know on Sunday they couldn't make it.
Sort of delayed everything in terms of filming a podcast, because then you've got to write new content and
and think of things.
Topic, and obviously we've got a list of topics to go through, some really good ones coming up, but it's then you have to rewrite all the questions and everything.
And obviously it's easy to chat about these certain subjects when you sort of know and that you're preparing that week, and things come to your head, like, and obviously in a podcast you want it to be free flowing. You want it to just be a nice, comfortable chat. Obviously, me and you can just chat anyway. We always do.
I feel like the podcast is doing really well. I think we've had a lot more views. People seem to be watching it, but not pushing subscribe. So we have like 200-300 views on it, but not 200-300 subscribers. So if you do watch it, please press the subscribe button. Yeah,
obviously that helps massively.
It would mean a lot to us, and obviously it takes a lot to put all of this together.
And lots of pennies.
Lots of pennies. But also in regards to the TikTok, that has just been crazy this week.
Yeah, we've had a mad week on TikTok. We did so well in round 2 of Live Fest. And for those of you that don't know what that is, that's a TikTok campaign for any TikToker that they can enter, and then you're in a competition against everybody else around the world, and you have to finish in certain places to go through to the next round. We're in the final round now, which is round 3, and there's only 150 TikTok creators left in it. So we've done amazing to get to this point.
And we did just win our last tournament.
Yeah, we won our first tournament we entered. Yeah, we won that, so that was amazing. And we've been selected by TikTok to enter a competition with 32 of the top creators in the UK, which have been recognised throughout Live Fest.
I mean, that's crazy that we've been picked.
Yeah.
To be one of the 32 out of the entirety of the UK.
Yeah, it's mad.
As top creators. So
I'm
happy and
excited
for that.
Someone from my agency, Cornish, shout out to you, he's like the battle king, so he knows everything about battles.
Yeah, he's pretty knowledgeable, isn't he?
Yeah, and he said, for you to be in this competition, you're being recognised by TikTok. Like TikTok are recognizing your account and they're pushing your account.
Which is just crazy amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Big up Kieran as well. Kieran's obviously been there from the beginning, helping out with all the editing for this and things like that. And obviously, Tom, he's the leader of the leader. He's the owner of the agency.
Team are just the most loveliest people. They're so filled with information. You can have a 10-minute conversation and you're kind of like, oh my God, that was so much info.
Yeah, it's lots to take in, yeah. Especially if you don't know what you...
Yeah, when you're just learning it all. And I feel like we've learned so much in the last 7 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like Cornish just hammers me with information and I'm like, I do understand that, but I don't. Like, I need you to explain it like over voice message so it's easier, or call me, because it's like, and he calls me all the time to explain stuff, so they are awesome. Tom obviously dropped in all his Vault gifts on me, they were amazing to see, so that was amazing. So we love the agency. Big up Dragon Arts. If you guys watch this, we appreciate it. But yeah, I think just before we touch on our main subject, we should probably touch on the abysmal result for Exeter on Tuesday night away at Luton. It was. I'm so glad that we were caught up in Live Fest, so we didn't have to travel all that way.
Game we haven't seen
in about 3-4 years. I think I've missed 1 or 2 at Jay's games in my whole life.
Sorry.
Well, am I boring you, babe? Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
So I think they got humbled 4-0. Really poor result. There was loads of changes, but I feel like it was a competition that we probably could have got to Wembley in. I just do.
Jayden was definitely excited to get to Wembley. I think he really wanted to push hard for it, but he can only do what he's asked to do.
Oh yeah, mate, I'm yawning now.
I know. So honestly, it's been such a crazy,
unbelievable.
I feel like our feet haven't touched the floor this week.
No, knackered, absolutely knackered.
So we're both just shattered. But all for good reasons.
Yeah.
It's all been so
late nights and whatever on TikTok and stuff. So,
but I think the push for Wembley, it's difficult because ultimately, there's players that need fitness, there's players that need minutes, there's players coming back from injury, and there's all these things. He doesn't want to waste all his players because he's still got 3 points to earn in the league. He's got the FA Cup coming up. So for Gary, it must have been a really hard decision to.
Yeah, I just think the way that, especially Saturday at Bradford away, I felt like it was their best performance of the season without getting anything from the game. They were so dominant in the game. Bradford had absolutely nothing in the entire game, really. Didn't threaten. Even the Bradford fans, to be honest, they come on and they even said that they were extremely poor.
And was like, don't know what we're doing.
They all thought Jay was outstanding, as did we. It was his best game of the season for me, without putting the ball in the net. No one will know how much he should have put the ball in the net with that opportunity he missed. But you score some, you don't, and it was one of those games. On another day, I'd have put my house on him scoring that, because that is
Jay as well. He set the bar so high. He scored relentless 5 goals, one after another, and then. Now he's got this, I want to score every game. But ultimately, his hard work in a game is second to none.
Yeah.
He was up and down, up.
Well, he won every header. His touches were unbelievable,
ridiculous. So he's absolutely flying.
Yeah.
He's doing so well. I think for him, in form like he is, he was just desperate to get to Wembley.
Yeah. I think, it was an opportunity. But look, we got the FA Cup tomorrow.
I'm excited.
So Wycombe's going to be a tough game, but again, if they play like they did against Bradford, they'll win. In my opinion, it was just one of those games. The ball just didn't go in the net, but I think if they can play like that, they'll win more than they'll lose. That is for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You can't put performances in like that and not get the rewards eventually. So
no. We've touched on that now. I think we should move on to our actual subject, which this week, divorce. So obviously a lot of people have been through that.
Challenging topic.
Yeah, it is it's common. It is common, unfortunately.
Because if you go back years and years ago, it was almost unheard of. It was very unusual to be divorced. Now it's, I think, more common to be divorced and have blended families than it is to be together.
Yeah, well, look at my nan and grandpa. They've been married for what? 75 years, something like that, something crazy. Yeah, it's insane.
Amazing.
So back then it was unheard of to be divorced. And now it's common
We
practice.
used to get married 17, 18, 19 and be together well in the 90s.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Fuck being with you that long. You'd drive me mad. Don't. I'm joking. Don't. You got dagger eyes. Don't do that.
Wow.
No, there's no one out there that will replace you, Mazza.
If you want, feel free. They'll send you back.
I'm joking. But no, I think obviously we've both been through divorce, and it is a subject that a lot of people will relate to.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a very tough time.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Oh my gosh, even when you're in the relationship and you're coming to the end of, or when you start to think, oh, I'm done now. That's hard in itself, because sometimes in a relationship you can be done on your own.
Yeah, no,
If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do exactly. I definitely know what you mean, because I think I was in my relationship. We were together for nearly 11 years, and yeah, I think we got married for all the wrong reasons, which is really difficult. It's difficult to talk about, because obviously I go back and I think about the situation and I think, well, we were really good friends even before we got together, and then we started having sex, and as you do in a relationship, and like sort of it just escalated from there, and we got together in relationship, and then I sort of asked her to marry me. I was only 23, 22, 23. I can't remember what I was, but I was so young. And I think back and thought, why did I ask her so young? Like,
that's madness in itself.
Yeah, I don't understand why I did that. I panicked. I was in such a good place. Like, I played for her dad's football team. Her dad's team was amazing. We were so good at the time. We were beating everybody. I was having the time of my life playing.
I think that's why you have a lot of respect for her dad.
I loved her dad, yeah.
Yeah, you even now.
And her mum, to be fair. Like, I loved her mum and dad. Like, they're both great people.
I think when you love people around your marriage.
I loved her family, to be honest. Her family were great. We had a very close family. Like, we were like, we did have a close relationship. And I think, just jumping forward to the time when I said I can't do this anymore, I'm leaving. She said to me, right, if you're leaving, go down and tell my parents to their face that you're leaving. And I thought, that's a really strange thing to do. But
that must have been horrible.
It was horrendous, because her brother was there, her dad were in the garden. I remember it like it was yesterday. Her mum was sitting in by the computer, by the PC, and I had to go tell her. Her sister was there, and I had to go down and tell them.
Ultimately, that's such a private thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure
for,
what...
For you, for us as a couple to say to each other, or for one person to say, I'm not in this anymore, but to then within 5 seconds be plummeted into a public situation like that, that's tough.
I mean, I lived at the house, so obviously I was having to leave the house and go back to my mum's at the time. So I would have had to say bye anyway, in the fact that I'm leaving, but not the fact that our relationship's over. Like,
yeah, possibly not the same day.
I could have gone and said, look, I'm going to go and stay back at my mum's for a while, just see what's going on or whatever. And then Kelly could have gone and said, she could have gone and said, look, it's like we're leaving, we're splitting up or whatever, and it's over. But that didn't happen. And so I had to do it myself, and it was just one of those things. I was put in a really big position, and it was difficult at the time. So, but it again, it's really tough, and you have to do those things when you're in a relationship, and you have to deal with it.
So how close between saying to her, I think I'm just not feeling this anymore. How long were you feeling like that before you said something?
Yeah, I think if I look back at it, I probably wasn't in love with her anymore for around 3 years before we broke up.
Wow.
And I was living in a routine, and
that's very common.
Yeah, and you get into routines, and then all of a sudden you're not the person you should be in a relationship anymore. Your head starts to go elsewhere. You start, not that I never, I wasn't a cheat. Like, I didn't cheat.
No. Well, I knew you through your marriage.
Yeah.
You know, I never knew you to be a cheat.
But it's certainly not, you know, you don't, your partner goes on the back burner like for certain things, and you know that's not like
that's
with you. It's
red
never like that. I don't ever feel like that. I'm in love with you every day, like, and it's not like, and I'm like, that's never ever been an issue. But you know, when you're fed up in a relationship and the time's over, you have to be honest to yourself and say, look, I can't live like this anymore. My head's not in it. No matter what space you're in your life, whether you've got stuff going on outside of your marriage that you love and you enjoy it, and a part of that is because you're married, you can't stay in a relationship for those reasons. No. Like, and I did, and that's...
Yeah, then you're stuck and trapped then.
And I felt stuck and trapped, and that's why...
In a miserable state where actually, you know, you get one life. And I think a lot of the reasons people don't leave is the fear of moving on. Yeah,
and routine. Yeah. And because you're in a routine, and that is so key. And obviously everyone seems to think that me and you, because we got together so quickly after we both got divorced, we knew each other during our marriages. So we were a support network for each other, and we just grew together basically, and we ended up getting together.
But actually, do you know what? If I could go back, and this probably sounds really bad.
I wish we had an affair. Yeah.
I wish I'd have done it.
Yeah.
Because we got blamed for it anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
everyone said we did.
So careful, because I was coming out of my divorce with children. Obviously, you weren't. So my priority was my kids, like they would be always. But then at the same time, it was like, well, while we're being so careful and trying to do things in such the correct way, we got labelled cheats anyway.
Yeah, we did.
And even today, there will be people that will watch this and go, yeah, they are cheats.
Yeah.
They don't know what you were. They don't know.
They just think you were,
they
because...
just like to presume it because we got together so
and our ex-partners, like they're still friends with the people we were friends with, and they're all supporting them, and they're saying, they're cheaters. And yeah, I know.
They weren't very nice people anyway. So,
no, like not, you know.
And that's not necessarily our partners, but all the people that surround them, that's up to them. You know, but it never happened.
No.
And ultimately, you know, we've been together, you know, coming up 11 years, or just over 11 years now. If I'd cheat, why would I not just say, yeah, I did?
No, I know. It doesn't
it makes absolutely no difference whether I said I did or I didn't right now, because everyone's moved on. Both our ex-partners are now remarried, and they're all getting on with their lives and we're getting on with ours. But it's the people around the divorce and around the relationships that you have that like to put their bit in, and that actually the actual main people, the two couples that got divorced, the 4 people that were involved in those divorces have all moved on and got on with their lives.
Yeah.
But everybody else likes to get involved and make it bigger and worse than it was. And I think if people left people to have their divorce, because that's another reason people stay in relationships, is the backlash of other people getting involved. And actually, you know, you weren't involved when that couple got together. So why are you involved when they don't want to be together?
Yeah, and you shouldn't get
Stay in your own lane.
Yeah,
leave people alone.
Just fuck off. Like don't come here thinking that you're...
Too many people like to put their 2 pence in, and actually it's got absolutely fuck all to do with you.
Yeah, and I mean...
Just leave people alone to deal with their personal business in their own time and how they want to do it. It has nothing to do with anyone else.
No.
You know, and there'll be people watching this, I'm sure, that will be sitting there thinking, I really don't want to be with my husband, or I really don't want to be with my wife anymore, but I am stuck in that routine that Daz has said. And the fear of having other people turn on them because they've just decided to speak up and say, actually, I'm not happy. But that it's okay not to be happy. It's
you only get one life. You need to live it.
It's okay to walk away. You want to fucking walk away, walk away. Like,
kids or not. Like, it doesn't matter if you've got kids.
Oh my God, do not stay for kids.
No.
Or do not stay in a relationship for kids.
No, because your kids will understand. Like, you know, eventually...
Ultimately, and long down the road, the kids want to see their parents happy, whether that's together or not.
Mm.
And the worst thing you can do is stay together and say, yeah, but we've got 2 kids together. Okay, so what, you're going to bring up them kids in an unhappy marriage? Because ultimately... Or relationship, yeah. Because ultimately, if one person's not quite in it fully and is doing things they shouldn't be doing, or... you know, is enjoying attention from elsewhere, or you just, you know, could be a million different things, or actually he's just miserable, walk away.
Yeah, 100%.
Walk away, don't be involved, but be there for that child. That's your responsibility. That child is your responsibility. But ultimately, if you're doing things behind that person's back, or you're not fully 100% in that relationship, you have to walk away because it's wrong. I don't know why you're laughing. Why are you smiling at me?
I guess
It's quite serious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's serious. I don't know why I'm laughing. I've got no idea. Oh, because you do make me laugh. Because when you go,
really serious.
yeah, I know, but it's when you go on a tangent, I smile because you get so serious about it. And
Because I can't, but in this situation, I know how it feels. And for me, I was stuck for many different reasons. You know, I was stuck for violence, and I was stuck because I had no family, and I was stuck because I had to, you know, the fear of moving on and finding someone else that's going to take me on with kids. Who the hell is, you know, I remember saying to myself, who the hell is going to take me on with kids? That's a really scary place. And ultimately, you know, if I walk away and because I'm not happy and I end up with a divorce, I've got no family. So I had no family to run to and say, oh, help me. Like you just said, you went to your mum's. I didn't have my mum's to go to. I didn't have a dad to go to. My granddad had passed away. I didn't have him anymore. So, you know, I was solely, I'm not happy. I want a divorce. I don't want to be with you anymore. And then stuck going, okay, it's me and the kids. Oh my God. I have absolutely no one. And yes, I did have friends. And, you know, my best friend Kelly, she was there the whole time. And she came to the charity event. A few people have met her now. She's always in our lives and stuff. But she's been my backbone forever. And I did have her. And, you know, she was saying to me, you cannot stay in a relationship like this. You are, you know, in serious danger. You
had other friends at the time. You had other really good friends at the time.
Shit on me and fucked off as well. So cheers for that.
Yeah, like
you know, they did. And so I'm just not
for no reason, by the way.
Absolutely no reason. No. Yeah, and you think of you've got me on another one now. Because you think of the things I knew that they were doing that I kept quiet their back with that I still know.
And she was your best friend.
She was my bestest friend, and I kept quiet because her relationship, what she does in her spare time, it's not for me to say. So, you know, but anyway, yeah, I had nobody, and the thought of other women and other men out there thinking, I am trapped in this relationship, how on earth do I just walk away? Do you know what? You just have to walk away. And it's, I think I searched forever to find an easy way out, which sounds really bad, but I was in a dangerous situation as well. And I'm sure you probably did the same thing. What's the easiest way of doing this? There is no easy way. Unfortunately, when it comes to breakups and divorce, you just have to go, say it and do it.
Yeah.
And there's just no other way of doing it. And it's horrible. It is horrible. And your soul feels like it leaves your body. But do not stay in a relationship you're not happy. And that isn't just in a marriage or as a couple. That can be in a relationship with a friend. Walk away.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's not treating you well and they're not good for you, you don't need them.
No.
Just keep walking.
You know,
they're not your people.
There is a couple of examples in our life now where we know that partners aren't good together and they should be walking away.
Yeah,
and
you can watch it. You can sit and watch it day
you can
in, day
see
out
it. Like, no examples, obviously, but there are definitely people
we
close to us
that should just not be together.
No, and it's not. They're not. Yeah, and their relationship is toxic beyond anything you could imagine. But it is what it is, and they're just stuck.
One of them going, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I think, you know, and the thing is, right, is, you know, I'm sure you felt the same when you thought to yourself in those 3 years, I'm just not happy. I'm just miserable. I just don't want to be in this anymore. And then you came to the point where you said, I'm done now. Like you said, the relief of just saying it.
Yeah.
And then getting on with your life.
Oh, and it does take bollocks, because that's why I stayed for 3 years, because I was in that routine.
God, it's hard.
And I enjoyed everything that we did together as friends. Like, we weren't like, and that's what's so difficult, because sometimes when you spend time with your partner that you're not happy and in love with anymore, you still have a good time, even though you're just friends and you don't feel that way. But there's such a
fine line, isn't there, between, okay, that's my best friend, we do everything together, then saying, that's my lover, I absolutely love them, I love being a part of them, I love everything we do together, we have such a spark, we have daily naughty spicy chat.
Yeah.
You know, as we're
Yeah, but you have to,
joking
yeah.
around the house. I've never had that before, ever.
No, but you should. That is keeps. Oh, fuck
And
me,
yeah,
my foot.
It does keep.
And if you're wondering why I've got shoes on, by the way, we've still got no fucking heating in this house. It is like -8 in this room, and I
It's on
should
its
have a
way,
blanket.
The oil for the tank.
My God, it's cold in here. Holy shit. And I'm like, I could probably fucking breathe. I should have my hood up like this,
Yeah, I'm
so you
surprised
can't
I've
see
got,
me.
like,
Like, I should have fucking
like-
cold breath coming out. Sorry, I mean, I have diversed, but
But yeah, it must be, you know, it's just hard, isn't it, to just say, do you know what, I'm done now. But as soon as you do it, the relief you get that, you get a feeling in your body that you can't describe until you do it, where you go, okay, now I can get my life back on track as to what I want and where I want to go. But that's hard. It's really hard to do that initial go. And, you know, there's people in couples that are, you know, in danger.
yeah.
And to walk away from that is really hard.
It is. It's well hard, and I would say a lot of the time when I knew that I was done, I was thinking, how can I get out? How can I leave? And I just thought, I just can't. I'm completely stuck. I can't leave. Like, it is what it is. And obviously,
Ultimately, if you're getting on with her family, like you said as well.
yeah, I'm leaving everybody,
You're
not
leaving
just
everybody,
yeah.
you know, and you're, you know, you don't want, you know, I know you very well, and I know that you never ever want to hurt anybody. You have a heart of gold.
No.
So I know you leaving your ex-wife, that ultimately doesn't just hurt her, that hurts the mum and the dad and the sisters and the brothers and everything else. And ultimately, you know, you were an uncle through that marriage.
Yeah.
So that, you know, you've got to leave your nieces and your nephews and you
Yeah.
know, everything that comes with it, the whole package you're walking away from.
Yeah. I was godparent
Yeah,
to
but if you're not
her brother's kids, and
if you're not happy, you just cannot stay no matter what's on the line.
no.
You know, because you do get one life, but the thought for me moving on, thinking, how do you move on? How do you date again? How do you speak to people? You know, you've been in a marriage for so long. How do you know, as Jay would say, drop game? You know, how do you drop game? How do you flirt? How do you how do I do that and juggle kids and be a single mum now? How do I do that?
No, I mean, like, you know, if we're being truthful, like when we were friends, even when we were in our relationship, there was, you and I had a connection anyway.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there was
You were my
always
bestest male friend ever.
there was always a sexual tension around us, which we
Yeah, I
would
would
never ever,
Yeah, I mean,
like, I felt it every time, like I did personally. I felt like we had a chemistry, like,
yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
which
I
was-
definitely thought there was definitely something.
and I think that's why we gravitated towards each other after our relationships had finished, because
Yeah, I mean, at that time, I'm not sure my side was sexual, but that was because I was
I
coming.
mean, I just had to look at you, babe. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Your ass.
Oh,
Fuck.
stop. But I think you were coming just as a single guy. After that, you know, you had no kids, you had no house.
No,
to split,
I didn't.
No financial.
After it had finished, yeah.
You know, you didn't have anything. You know, people have to split mortgages and homes and assets and bank accounts and
Yeah, there's way more when you don't.
so much. Whereas for you, it was quite as emotionally difficult.
Yeah,
but
and
I
the whole process of divorce, by the way, is straightforward. If you don't have kids or anything, it's a case
think
of,
it's straight bomb, like
like,
a piece of paper and off you go.
you know, you get the decree,
Nice eye, and then
nice eye, and then you, once that's done, then it's basically like blah blah blah, sign. Then the decree absolute comes 6
then
weeks
you're
later,
done.
and you're done.
Yeah.
Like, that is, it's very easy and quick.
Yeah,
Whereas
it
if you've
is.
got kids and you've got mortgages and you have to go through solicitors, and it can be a bit of a pain in the
And I
arse.
think that's another reason why
People don't do it because they're like, I cannot be fucked to go through all that shit.
And what's it going to cost me?
Yeah, and that,
Well, ultimately, if you're
50%
staying in a
of
marriage,
shit, yeah.
if you're staying in your marriage that you're miserable, it's costing your life. Tell me what's more important than your life.
yeah,
Absolutely nothing.
money or your life. Yeah,
So when people are going, oh, but she's going to take me for 50%, I've heard that so many times. He's going to take me for everything I've ever earned, all my savings, my assets, my mortgage, the house, half my cars, all of these stuff. It's just stuff. Because you never get your life back.
yeah, no,
You know, so I can see why people stay. But ultimately, if you said to anyone, what's the most important thing in life? They'd say, well, your health.
Yeah.
Your life.
100%.
Well, if you're staying because you've got houses and mortgages and cars and everything else, you're wasting your life then. So you're actually throwing away the best thing you've got. And I just couldn't take it no more. I was, like you said, I was married for 15 years and it was hell.
Yeah.
Absolute hell, and there's no other word for it. And,
I think one day we'll do a podcast on your, when we can.
When I can. I can't right now, but yeah, when I can, I will do a podcast and I will explain things clearer.
Domestic violence and all that.
Yeah, I'll go into all of that. But at the same time, it's walking away from that. But even leading up to it, I probably had, well, if I'm honest, probably 15 years of not being in love at all. I don't think I ever knew what love was until I walked away and got with you. And I think the moment we were sat in that car and you grabbed my hand and said, I think I'm in love with you. And I said, what? And you went, oh, no, just forget it. Forget I ever said anything, didn't you? Forget I said anything. And I went, but what if I don't want to forget what you just said?
Yeah.
And you went, what?
Yeah, I was like...
And then you grabbed my hand and said, I'm never going to let go of you, ever. And I just said, I love you too.
Yeah, it's...
So I think, that was the first moment I really felt like, I actually, this is what real love is. This is real love, and I used to hear about real love all the time. And
was it just because I had a big willy?
Well, it did. It was helpful. No, but I did, there was so much to it. Just, and I did always think, how am I ever going to be happy? Maybe happiness just isn't for me. Maybe I'm not supposed to be happy. Maybe I'm just supposed to live a life of just complete trauma, from friends shitting all over me to partners just hurting me to having nothing, losing my family. I just felt like from the moment I was put on earth, I've just been dealt this really shit card, and we've talked about it loads.
You really have.
And then you kind of came into my life and I was just like, actually swept off my feet, and everybody just sort of says, oh, when you're going to get a massive head now because the ego is just like intoxicating me right now. But, the how comfortable we are with each other is mad.
Yeah, but that's how you should be in a marriage. And when you're not like that, that is the time to walk away.
The silly jokes we have are daily, hourly. The spicy chat we have all the time, that's daily, just messing about. We're not afraid to be silly in front of each other. We're also not afraid to be at our lowest. And, you're not afraid to come to me and say, no, I don't like that. I don't want you to do that. Can we not do that? I don't want to do that. I don't like how that is. And I'm not afraid to come to you and say, no. I don't feel comfortable. Let's not do this. In anything, whether it comes to buying something or doing something or meeting people or having people involved in us, I always, to feel like you can go to someone and say exactly how you feel with no grey areas. This is how I feel and that's it, and this is straight. That's everything to me. Yeah,
100%. I agree. And I think my message in all of this is don't ever be afraid of what's to come if you're wanting out of a relationship, because there is always greener grass on the other side. People say, oh, the grass isn't always greener, but
it is.
But they're really, when you're in a miserable relationship and you don't want to be in it, you feel that sense of freedom, and there is no better feeling than that sense of freedom. It's like when you first pass your driving test, the whole world opens up. Wow. And it does feel like that on the other side. Like if you're in a miserable relationship, don't be in a miserable relationship. Don't. I'm not a relationship counsellor, but I am somebody who's been through divorce and come through the other side in a relationship that I'm madly in love with and would never change it for the world. I love my kids. I love my wife. Like I'm in a really happy place. Like we're doing really well on social media. Life has just been great since I broke up from my marriage. We got our son to play professional football. Yeah, it's been incredible. So life has definitely been greener for me, definitely been greener for you. Where you were in a shit relationship, your relationship was terrible. So, again, we won't go into that, but it was awful. And so life has been way much greener for you. So moral of the story, fuck your partner off, like live a better life and enjoy shit more. So
yeah, but and for us coming out of divorce, flirting together was fun.
Great fun.
Waking up to those messages in the morning.
Butterflies, it's great. Excitement,
the excitement, the fun, the exploring each other in new ways was amazing. Always has been amazing. Right up to today, it's still amazing.
Last night.
Honestly, you can't help yourself.
It wasn't actually, to be fair. I'm just winding you up.
But don't be afraid to just say, it's time to go. It just is. Whatever happens. And you do have to get yourself into a point where you say, do you know what? Whatever is to come, whatever heartache happens, yes, your other half might cry. Yes, they might show emotion. They might be completely in love with you.
But you're not with them.
But it's unfair to them as well if you're not.
Yeah.
It is. And, you're doing them a favour. They might not see it straight away, but you're doing them a favour by walking away.
100%.
Because otherwise, you're just lying to them. Why lie? Why sit there lying, pretending that you're happy if you're not? It's completely pointless, isn't it? It's a waste of everybody's time. You were in a relationship for 10 years. That's 10 years of a wasted life.
Yeah. Don't waste any more time.
No, just don't waste another day. And if you're in a dangerous relationship, up and go. Just go. When they're not around, up and go. Because it doesn't get better. You can't change them. You can't make them love you. You can't make them better people. They are who they are. And they will never change. They will always be in there somewhere. And it will always rear its head no matter what. So just get out. Be free. And find somebody that can make you happy, make you smile every day, make you laugh. Yes, you're going to argue in your new relationships. Yes, you're going to disagree. He drives me nuts sometimes when he eats pickled onion and flipping Monster Munch. It absolutely stinks. But you've just got to walk away and know that there is better out there.
100%.
And if you can honestly look in the mirror and think, I deserve better than this. I could have a better life than this. This is just not right. This relationship brings so much grief. This relationship brings so much drama or anything like that. Because we were both in that situation.
Yeah.
Just walk before you're years and years down the line like we were. And then you do it. And then you just look back and go, God, I've just lost so much time.
Yeah, absolutely.
My ideal would have been to have met you at school.
We'd have been together forever. Oh, yeah, behind the bike sheds. Like, get me knob out, babe.
No.
But no, I think we're coming to the end of the pod anyway. I think we've covered quite a lot of this, which is what we really wanted to cover. And like the person who sent the email, I cannot remember. I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of the person who sent it. But if you've got any questions or about this subject, any of the subject, or you're stuck
in a relationship, email us.
Chuck us an email. Obviously, you guys sort of know the email by now. It's dazmazw@outlook.com. Please send us those emails because, we've received one now. Let the floodgates open. Send them in. We appreciate them all. We will read them out.
Actually, I'd love someone to send me an email a few weeks down the line where somebody walked away from listening to this.
Yeah, 100%. That would be awesome. Let me hear your story. Yeah, let us know your stories. Obviously, we've got a Facebook, which is just Daz and Maz.
Yeah.
Go, please follow that. That does really well.
Of course, the big one.
Yeah, YouTube, which is Daz and Maz Unfiltered, which is what this goes on. And then obviously I'm going to plug the TikTok, which is @TheFootballFamily.
Which is growing by the minute.
Yeah,
so.
It's Daz and Maz Wareham at The Football Family. You can find us over there. We do lives. We got a big team, but we battle on there.
It's a great night.
It's a good fun.
If you're someone that sits at home and gets home from work, makes dinner, has a shower, and then sits there on your own, this is the place to go.
100%. Jump on there with us.
There's so many people that sit there looking at four walls every night and they have all messaged us saying, you have given me so much excitement in my life, and all day I'm at work, I think, right, home dinner, and then I'm logging on because Daz and Maz will be there.
Yeah.
And we have such a laugh. Come and join the camels.
Yeah, the camel battles.
And
yeah.
I won't tell you any more, but you need to join at the Football Family to come and see what we are talking about.
Yeah, and
it's brilliant.
hit that
much support as well.
Hit the subscribe button on YouTube to watch the
don't just
podcast.
view, subscribe,
hit the
share,
subscribe button. Daz and
leave a
Maz
comment,
Unfiltered.
leave
Like,
us a review.
please do that. So I think that just. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. We've enjoyed talking about it.
It is good.
Leaves,
it's so real for us.
Yeah, leaves me with one last thing to pass over.
See you next Friday.
See you next Friday.